They do all of the hard work. It is the easiest thing for you to do, and your family can enjoy something delicious. We have an event price for you because this is new that will last only until the end of the month. So it's $54 for the 3-pound, $96 for the 6-pound, and I will tell you that that 6-pound will feed about 12 people total, so it's feeding a lot. And we have Faith Gerard, who's joining us, who is the co-owner of Superior Farms, and I'm so glad that you brought this. First of all, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Hi, I'm great.
Thank you for having me. I'm actually one of our 400 employee owners. So while I am a co-owner, I am a co-owner with 400 other employees
too. So everybody is a part of the process.
Yes, so they all are very excited to be here today.
So let me ask you, first of all, Superior Farms, how is your brand different than other meats and other things that we can find at the food store?
That's a great question. Superior Farms is the national, or the largest national lamb purveyor of American lamb in the world, basically. And how we do that is we have these our producers are our partners, and we collaborate with them to bring the highest quality meat from their farms to the table.
So meaning a slightly milder flavor?
Yes, so American lamb, it's a mild flavor. It's very tender. It's more delicate than other lamb flavors, you know, throughout the world. The other thing that we make sure is that our producers raise our sheep without any added hormones or no antibiotics.
Sure. And so if you're concerned about what's going into your family's bodies, this is a really wonderful thing because I'm always reading the labels about the hormones, about the antibiotics, and so that is wonderful for this. So as you're carving into this lamb, I can just imagine this on the Easter table because again, when it's springtime, this is one of the things that I think of.
Oh yes. Easter is really our biggest season, and the reason why is because traditionally in different Christian and Eastern Orthodox religions, lamb is the protein.
In spring. And for a lot of these holiday celebrations.
Right.
And one of the things, could you cut just a small little piece off for me so I'd be able to sample it, please? What I think is so nice about this, first of all, is that I mean, in all honesty, I just did that with my fork. You have that beautiful big knife there.
Right.
But I just did this with my fork, and so the tenderness is obviously there and ready to go. And that flavor, simply stated, is out of this world. It is tender. It is moist, and to your point, it's full of flavor, but it's mild, and there's a delicacy to this that I don't know that I had ever tasted in any of my lamb dishes before.
That's right. So the first thing that we do is we actually have pre-seasoned this lamb leg. So you already take the guesswork out of it of what you're going to season it with.
Because when you season this, it's not going to be the same type of seasonings you use on beef or that you use on something else. Lamb has a very specific flavor, so you need to be true to that and enhance that.
Right, and so what we've used are very traditional flavors that enhance lamb. The most important one being rosemary, which you know has that florally, woodsy flavor.
Very earthy flavor,
Very earthy flavor. And then the next thing that we use is garlic. Which I don't know about you, but garlic is probably my third seasoning after salt and pepper.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a staple. And by the way, I want to show you something that I think would be wonderful as a very modern way of dressing the lamb. Do some minted honey instead of a traditional mint jelly. So you pretty much just take your favorite type of honey and then just chop some fresh mint into it. And this takes it and modernizes it into something very elegant and special.
Oh yes, it is definitely the revamped version of mint jelly.
So this is something I wanted to show you right here. This is popular. So if you want to pick this up, we do have the two choices. We have the 3-pound and then we have the 6-pound. And so these come to us frozen, correct?
That is correct.
And they're in the vacuum sealed packs where all the air has been removed.
That's correct.
And so if we're thawing this out beforehand, a day before, you suggest,
a day before.
Correct?
The 6-pound leg, I mean, it's a larger leg, and so you could be fine doing it 2 days prior, but the 3-pound leg is very, very manageable in a day.
You can do that overnight.
Yeah, and I would suggest definitely thawing it in the fridge overnight so you can control that temperature.
And so how do we cook this? So, after it's thawed?
Right, so after it's thawed, this bag actually is what you cook it in. And so I know it looks like a really simple bag, but that bag is what makes this cut so tender.
Special, okay.
And so what you do is you actually cut a hole. I like to do it near that pop-up timer. So the pop-up timer has an easy way to pop right out.
Is that this right here?
That is that right there.
Okay, so I want to show this to you. This is important. There is a pop-up timer here, so there's really kind of no way that you can goof this up. It's this piece that you see right here. So you try to cut just a little slice in the plastic right around there.
Yeah, and so that pop-up timer, if you don't have your own meat thermometer or if you like to control your temperature, you don't have to worry about that because this pop-up timer does the work for you.
And it lets you know.
It doesn't ding, but you go back about 10 minutes before it's done. You check on it, see if the pop-up timer is popped. So if you're scared, that pop-up timer is another one of
It's
those.
a fail-safe.
Fail-safe, yes.
So if you are going to do the 3 pound, how long would it take approximately? An hour and 15 minutes or so?
Or so. So that's 25 minutes per pound is what we suggest at 325. That's roasting any kind of boneless leg.
Right.
That's if you want it to be done probably around this doneness, which is a medium to medium well. If you prefer it to be more rare, here I'll cut you a piece off.
Thank you very much.
I'm curious to try
I
that
wanted
too.
to have it with the
I know.
minted honey.
But if you want to do it more of a medium rare, I suggest 20 minutes per pound. So it's about an hour in the oven.
It's divine. I mean, seriously, the mild, delicate flavor of this lamb, and I mean, I thought it was delicious on its own, but with the minted honey, spectacular. Think about how you might like to serve this to your family as well. It is a centerpiece on the table. I mean, it becomes a centerpiece when you, oh, the platter. Let's show the platter. Gorgeous.
This is the centerpiece, right?
This is the centerpiece. Look at all of this food. So half-pound servings, if you're going for the 3 pound and everyone's getting half-pound servings, you're feeding 6 people, and half-pound servings, that's a lot. That's a full 8 ounces.
Yeah, and that's not a normal serving. That's
No, it's
definitely
huge.
a generous serving.
Yeah, and so if you go for that 6 pound, it's a total of 12 hearty half-pound servings, so you could technically feed even more people with the amount that you're getting here. And don't forget that this is brand new for us today, and so the event price is not forever. It's only until the end of the month. So if you want to get this on time for Easter, this would make a spectacular centerpiece as part of your presentation and maybe different than what you've served last year or the year before, because frankly, leg of lamb can be really intimidating at the store. It can be frightening. How do I season it? What do I do with it? I don't want to overcook it. Is it going to be dry? The bag, the pop-up timer, the whole process helps to keep it as moist and delicious as possible.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah, so if you're interested, it's in 46763. If you want to do the buy more, save more, which is pretty much the bigger size in the 6 pounds, that you're saving $12 on that one. Grab those 3 easy payments. Thank you so much. It was so nice to have you on air today.
Thank you.
Yay. Thank you. Wow, that was talented, the whole platter with the one hand. So, coming up in just about 30 minutes, we have the smash burgers from Bobby Shea. So if you want to see what makes these different than a traditional hamburger, we're going to tell you all about that process. So that's one of our hot picks in the show, and I highly suggest you stay with us. Okay. Something else that's brand new and event priced. Amazingly exciting for me because we had this brand Brownie Points on air one